Hello everyone. I'd like to talk a little bit about honey today. People often ask me, Bernard, how come all you ever eat is honey? Isn't that bad for you? Why don't you eat like fruits and veggies and stuff? I think you'd be a lot happier. That is crap, okay? Here's why I don't eat fruits and veggies. Because I'm not a killer, okay? So like, you have a tree, you have a plant. It's fruits and veggies, it's like part of it. It's like these fingers are my fruits and my toes are veggies. Or you could switch them, veggie, fruit. So you would just walk up to someone, rip off their finger and have a go at it? No, you wouldn't. Because that's disgusting. That's why I don't eat produce. It's murder. Here's also why I eat honey. We've already talked about, We've already talked about the great effects that honey has. For instance, it's great for the complexion. It keeps you alert. What was that? My senses are heightened due to my honey intake. That's right. It basically gives you superpowers. And also, the sugary coating. We talked about that. The ladies like the sugary coating. And also, what it does for me is it makes me feel like I'm sort of helping out the environment, because it's kind of like this symbiosis between me and the bees, because I eat the honey and the bees make the honey, and in return I am very grateful to the bees. When I eat the honey, I'm like, oh bees, thank you for making this honey so good. And the bees, they can hear that because they have a long week, alright? They're working, and they're like, man, I cannot do this no more. I'm so sick of making honey. But then one of them, like a little one, he's like a little scrappy bee, the type, little scrappy guy. He's like, lads, buck up. We got to keep going because Bernard's going to eat this all day long. It's got to be top-notch honey. And so they all rally around the little scrapper. They're like, that's right, let's make the honey. Let's do it. And so they do, and I eat it, and it's wonderful. It's so good. And also, apart from all those reasons, which will pretty much convince anyone, I think, I had excuse me, I'm just so excited about the honey, I can't quite talk. I had a very personal experience here with the bees. I was reading one time that Native Americans in America, when they're becoming an adult, they go in the wilderness and they have their vision quest. And on their vision quest, they go out in the wilderness and they just wait. They're wait. Just picking up the vibes of the forest and shit. And suddenly, oh my gosh, it's a bear. And then they know that the bear is like their spirit guardian. And it speaks to them and it tells them what they should do. And I had a very similar experience regarding bees. I was becoming an adult and I was sitting on my couch. And I was just waiting. I had the TV on actually, I was watching TV. And my eyes weren't closed, but this is the state of mind I was in, right? I was seriously in the zone. I was almost doing yoga type stuff. So I was watching this show, just waiting. Oh my gosh, Honey Nut Cheerios, and there's a bee. And this bee just looks me right in the eye and it's like, you, Bernard, we need you. We need you now. I will be your spirit guardian. All you must do is partake of our honey. You can't argue with spirits. We learned that in the Christmas Carol, alright? Charlie Dickens told us that years ago. I'm not one to argue with the Dickens or with bees. Dickens and bees. Enough said, mate. You're like, hey, why are you doing that? Dickens and bees. Alright, that's fine. That's how I feel anyways. So yeah, let's do a quick review. Honey, really good. Deliciously succulent. Good for the skin. Gives you a sugary coating. Could give you superpowers. And really, I hadn't thought about this, but like, when you eat the honey, even if the bee isn't your spirit guide, like, it will heighten your awareness. So like, you go in the forest, and you're just like, alright, here I am in the forest. Ooh, I think there's some sort of animal speaking to me. Oh my gosh, otter. And then you find your otter. It's your spirit guardian. All thanks to honey. Alright, it's very simple. Excuse me. I had to make love to my fingers just now, because it's so good when they're covered in honey. So yeah, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to make any sort of call about your lifestyle. But personally, I find that honey is really all I need, and that morally I don't feel right about eating plants. Okay, that's just where I'm at. If you want to eat plants, I'm kind of against it, but I'm trying to be open-minded. Like, for instance, like, there's a dude at work, and he's like, hey, Bernard, do you want to come to my house and eat some corn? And, like, I'm torn, because I think he's a pretty good guy, but at the same time, I'm like, you're a killer. You know, it's hard, it's really hard, but we always have to strive for tolerance. And yeah, so just do what you feel is right. If that's eating honey, more power to you. And good luck in everything you do. I'll probably eat some more honey, to tell you the truth. So I will talk with you later. Until then, this has been your friend Bernard from the wonderful, wonderful land of the United Kingdom. Cheers, mates.